Keith Sweat. I would like to know the body count on this guy because it's gotta be Wilt Chamberlain-esque.
The moment where he's in the locker room just clutching the trophy and his
Yeah.
pop is sitting right next to him. His dad's like, man, you did it. And the fact that his dad's not here, I think that adds to it too. And Laura, after 9 years of begging and pleading and holding the speaker box outside of her window, she says, I love you too.
Happened in the 90s.
You know, somebody who doesn't really get props. He gets props, but I feel like he's still an unsung hero is Norm MacDonald.
I think there's like a level of props he gets, but it's not like he should be like legendary status. Like, so he needs to have like some kind of monument for comedy. He's
Like
one of the best.
his sense of humor, his style of humor was just so different, man.
And I feel like of all people, like whatever he was doing, like, and it seems like that weird, like, smarmy kind of fuck with you personality was just him all the way through and through. Like, he would just do that to people. He'd play bits on people. He'd play jokes. He'd tell people lies and stuff, and just live it, dude. Just say fuck it.
He kind of had like this Andy Kaufman like
Yeah.
sensibility where you don't know if he's being real or if he's being meta.
And he also just the way he would deliver some like of his punchlines, just like, yeah, like killing your wife. Like
Right.
when he would do the OJ stuff, just a lot of comedians they either start like doing an impersonation of somebody to get somewhere else, or it's just like people like doing their take on somebody else's voice. And I feel like Norm Macdonald, of anyone, there's nobody that's did it before him, really. The movies, I feel like you hit or miss. It kind of depended what they were doing. We're going to talk about one that was a hit. His SNL stint, just like him on Weekend Update, that's all he ever needed to do, and that was enough. But the guy's hilarious. He used to have like a just podcast and stuff too before he passed. It was just him talking to a dude or like having a comedian on, and I don't know if I would have wanted to hang out with him because you're like on edge the whole time. You really don't know how to act. Yeah, man, it's so funny, dude. And I feel like funny people or everybody unanimously, if we think the person is funny, that person's like Norm Macdonald's a legend. He's like a comedian's comedian, I think.
For sure. There was no one like him.
His stand up was like not normal. There's people like Stephen Wright and stuff who like speak monotone or like do like kind of similar things, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's just that thing of not getting enough time with him. I don't know. It's just like sad, but it like for us growing up, like that got to like watch him and like all the stuff that he did. I mean, I know I was tuning in if he was in it. I was definitely interested if he was in it.
Like even his parts in Billy Madison were hilarious. He
Yeah.
didn't even have that many parts, man.
Yeah. Dude, some of it he's just laying down and just like waking up for a second, but he still kills that. Like he doesn't need much time. He doesn't need really anything. He just needs to be there, just be in a movie for 5 seconds, and he's nailing it. But yeah, man. I wish we got more of like these movies because like Dirty Work, which we're going to talk about, it's like he had all these like funny people that liked him, and even like SNL people. We get Chris Farley doing like a cameo, and it's just like he would attract awesome people to be in these weird fucking movies he did.
He actually didn't even have that movie mapped out. He basically started off with picking the guys he wanted in his picture. Chevy Chase, Don Rickles, Chris Farley, and Adam Sandler. And he hadn't figured out their parts, their characters. He was just like, I want to get these guys first, and then I'll figure it out later. And then he started writing the lines for those people. And I think that's what like led to the greatness of that movie, man, because all those people I named, you're getting the most out of them for
Yeah.
what they're known for. Like that role for Don Rickles, like that's perfect for him. He wanted an insulting manager of a theater, like, oh, the best insulter of all time. Yeah, dude. And then,
Oh yeah.
like the part with Adam Sandler was like really small, but it's perfect for him because he's just being like a goofy burn.
Yeah, dude. What a fantastic way to like go about making a movie too, where you're like, let me think of who is awesome. Let me make sure I got them, and then I'll just write shit that works for those people. especially for comedy. What a genius way to make movies.
I swear, he really was, man. R.I.P. to the real one. This is Steve G and Maggie with Happened in the 90s, a show where we talk about what happened in the 90s. So get out your Smash Mouth CDs and your six pack of squeezes, cause you say no, I say yes. Girl, I bet I can make you sweat. You know what I need, baby. Just give it to me now, girl. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Hell yeah, Steve.
Today, my friend, we're talking all things June 12th in the 90s. Starting off in 1990, Keith Sweat releases I'll Give All My Love to You. Man, that New Jack Swing era is here.
Hell yeah, dude. Keith Sweat, legend. I gotta say, this album wasn't the one. It's not the one for me. The one with "Make It Last Forever" is my personal
That's,
fave.
oh, yeah, I mean,
That's
that
the
stands
classic.
tall.
I feel like listening to this one this weekend. This is a banger. Couple of them. There's one where it's just him for like 3 minutes, just making bus noises. I think it's "Your Love Part 2," where there's really no singing. It's him talking and then like, oh yeah, oh yeah. He's making it's just noises. And my personal favorite, Steve, "Just One of Them Things."
Dude, and
So good.
the last track, I'll give the title track, I'll Give All My Love to You. It's a love ballad, man. And then even after the song, they continue with the melodies.
Seriously, I'd say out of the 10 songs on this album, you got 7 bangers. 7 just sweet love making songs. Even comeback, Steve. That was a nice little. That was fun. But yeah, dude, Keith Sweat. He'll never be irrelevant. We keep saying this when we talk about R&B music from the 90s, but they're not making this kind of music. And I became a fan of Keith Sweat way later in life, in my 20s. You know, now he's sort of zeroed into that like legendary status R&B where he'll tour, he'll sing the hits, but social media wise, he's just out there connecting with the ladies, like empowering the ladies to feel good about themselves. And I respect that too, Steve. Keith Sweat, I would like to know the body count on this guy because it's got to be Will Chamberlain esque.
Hey, the ladies love some Keith Sweat. You know what I need, baby. Also in 1990, Mariah Carey debuts with her album, self-titled, She Has Arrived.
She's here. How many years in a row did she have a number one hit? It was like an insane amount. The bank account of this woman after the 90s, Jesus Christ.
She is known for her 5-octave vocal range. That's one of the records that she has,
5
and
octaves, Steve. That's pretty crazy.
ranked as the 5th greatest singer of all time by Rolling Stone.
That's crazy. I wonder who the fuck got above her. Whitney? I don't want to make you bring up something that has nothing to do with this, but that's crazy because she's got the pipes on this lady and the body. I mean, I think that's what we were all attracted to as youngsters, Steve. When you saw Mariah on those videos,
You got Billie Holiday, Sam Cooke, Whitney Houston, and Aretha Franklin.
I knew Whitney Houston. Okay, I mean, top 5 is pretty crazy. That's pretty legendary, but crazy amount of hits, crazy body. Still want to hit it, Steve. Pretty sure it's holding together pretty well.
And one of the dopest songs by her is Vision of Love. And I think she starts this album off with that song, man.
Is this it, Steve, for you? Early Mariah or the late 90s Mariah? When she's
I,
collabing with like ODB and stuff too.
well, that was like mid 90s, but I would say early 90s when she did this and the one after this, Emotions.
Vision of Love, Steve. I have a vision of love for Mariah Carey. Here's my thing. She's a straight up diva now. And I mean, did anyone ever like get it's other than like maybe a Taylor Swift or she's got to be like one of the most successful musicians or like artists.
Easily.
Yeah,
Easily, man.
it's
And
crazy.
She has like a cult following. She's kind of like the lady from Sound of Music and Liza Minnelli. She's got a huge gay following, basically. So like when they support you, they go all out. They might kill. It's like Taylor, like Swifty level.
You're saying she's got like beehive, like assassin level
For sh-
people out there for Mariah. I mean, I
oh yeah.
definitely understand it.
They will shank you in the neck for some Mariah. The following year, 1991, NBA Finals are held, and the Chicago Bulls beat the LA Lakers 108 to 101 in Game 5 for the first of 3 straight titles. The MVP, of course, his airness.
Talk about another just like beginning of greatness here, Steve.
Do you have a favorite sports moment of all time from the 90s? Or one of the favorite?
Favorite sports moment? Shit. I mean, there was definitely some like, Steelers moments in there just for me. There's like when Cordell was doing good and got us close, or when Neil O'Donnell got us close. Like those moments. I remember when we got to the Super Bowl in the 90s, but then that's heartbreaking too. So it's not necessarily something I like to think about too much.
Uh,
Um,
like outside of your teams, like
I'd say Chicago. I'd say when Chicago Bulls won, Jordan hit that
the
when I
Brian
think they
Russell,
were playing the Jazz. It's the one where they were playing
yeah,
the Jazz.
the shot, yeah.
Yeah, the shot. I would say that, if anything.
All right. Yeah, my one of my favorites. There's a lot of favorite moments from the 90s, but one of mine is after they win this championship, MJ's first, the moment where he's in the locker room just clutching the trophy and his
Yeah,
pop is sitting right next to him. His dad's like, "Man, you did it." And the fact that his dad's not here, I think that adds to it too.
yeah.
So, just
Legendary image as well. That was like one
legendary
of
image.
those like things. It's basically the next NBA logo, if anything.
Yeah. And like in the WWF, once the guy on the rise finally wins the belt, it's their era. Like when Austin won that belt after beating Shawn Michaels, Jim Ross, the Austin era is here. That's how I felt when he won his first in 91. It's like it's officially here. We've been waiting on this moment. He could never like make it to the promised land, but he finally did it. It's officially the MJ era.
Yeah, now he's like a superhuman, basically. Because I mean, he had to work to get there too. It wasn't like he was. I mean, he was dominating and playing great, but like when he was getting bodied up by the Pistons and stuff, like there were moments where he got bodied up and failed and didn't get there. But yeah, then this happened, and then it was like, what are you gonna do? It was basically how many games are the Bulls not gonna win? There was no question for a while. I mean, I know the other teams did won championships and stuff, but it is wild, dude. I mean, we've had a few people like this, and I know there's always debates on who's what and who's the best and where they stack up against each other and stuff. But if you saw this, there was a few times in life for us as kids, like Jordan, Joe Montana, people like that, where it's like people were just tuning in because you knew this dude was great. And no, I didn't like the Bulls. I wasn't a Bulls fan. It just depended when, but the Bulls were not necessarily my team. It was just Michael Jordan was my guy because you had to.
And I like Scotty and Horace too. Like
BJ, dude,
not
all
yet.
the background guys, like I always loved the dudes around him. Hojo, definitely those goggles.
Hojo,
That's what I always called Horace Grant, Hojo. Scotty,
BJ.
obviously, dude.
Yeah, Craig Hodges, John Paxson, Bill Cartwright,
Bill
and
Cartwright. I was like the guy who was just like a white dude out there just doing his best, dude.
but he's a black guy.
Wait, Bill Cartwright was? Who was the guy? Who was the white dude?
You talking about Will Purdue?
Maybe. I thought Bill Cartwright was fucking white, dude. Maybe I'm just fucking. I'm looking this up, Steve. I'm trying to figure out. There was some white guy on the Bulls.
There was Will Purdue, Bill Cartwright. Those were like the two bigs, and then in the second three-peat, they had Luke Longley.
As far as I'm concerned, he's the greatest. One of the 5 greatest athletes of all time. And I feel like to me, I know maybe we can have this debate over and over and over again, but he's my favorite basketball player of all time.
Bill Wennington, you might be thinking of.
Bill Wennington. Thank you,
Yeah.
Steve.
It was a Bill. You were close.
I knew it. I knew there was a Bill in there, and he's very white, Steve. He has a beard, does he not?
Yeah, sometimes.
Shout out to all those white guys out there just trying in the NBA. Just try, back in the 90s that just look like they taught science and then went out there and balled.
1994, Ron Goldman and Nicole Brown Simpson would be found murdered.
Hmm. I wonder who did it, Steve. A couple of
It's
Mexican guys?
Yeah, it's a shame OJ never found that murder
I'm not black, I'm OJ.
before he
Yeah.
passed.
He tried his whole life, even from jail he was looking, but yeah. I mean, we've talked about it. Everyone's seen every documentary about it. This is one of the craziest shits that ever happened that wasn't like a terrorist attack. Just like OJ Simpson, that guy. The guy from the Hertz commercial, Steve, or whatever it was. The guy from fucking Naked Gun.
Naked Gun. Yeah.
OJ wasn't a nice dude, turns out, Steve.
Really? I've heard different.
Oh, okay. Well, it was wild though. Those, especially that first few days when it was like, oh man, maybe OJ might have killed these people, and then it just was like, oh yeah, he's running. Okay,
Man. All right, Peter
That's-
Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman. 1998, Family Matters is airing season 9, episode 17, Polkapalooza.
I gotta say, this is actually a pretty pivotal episode late in the run of this show,
That's
where
true.
we've seen Eddie move out. That's pretty pivotal in and of itself. But I feel like Laura really turns a corner in this episode and redeems herself partially from the 9 seasons of trash that she's been throwing at Steve Urkel and at us for having to watch the bullshit.
He's been wearing her down.
But yeah, Steve, I mean, it is what it is. If we're talking late season Family Matters, it's usually not great. If you see 3J, no disrespect to the man 3J. I'm not trying to disrespect the man, but I'm just saying if he's in it, probably not going to be one of the best quality apps. You know what I'm saying?
Don't even have his playmate with him. Lil Richie. Where's Richie Rich?
Yeah, they said, Rich, we can't pay 2 kids. All right, so we're keeping 3J on the rookie contract. You're getting a little too old looking, and that hair's getting crazy. So,
Yeah, this is the weekend instead with his dad.
but yeah, I mean, we find out some stuff too. I mean, Steve, this episode opens up, and Steve's very excited.
Comes in rocking his polka suit.
What is that called? Lederhosen, maybe?
The Lederhosen.
Kinda, or maybe that's not what it's called. But we'll call it that. He's in full effect, and he's super excited. Laura, she's one again trash. She's stealing Eddie's coat, sneaking off with a leather jacket, which I don't really appreciate. Yeah, Steve's like super hyped up about Polkapalooza. They got a meeting about it. He's educating her. He's like, "Hey, I'd love for you to go to this." Of course, Laura's fucking being a wet blanket. She's like, "I'd like to just chill out. I'm good on the polka, Steve."
And then we cut to Carl. He's playing cards. Eddie comes in and tells Carl he's been looking for apartments. And he actually has found his first place.
Carl's a little surprised. Sadly, he's been in the house playing solitaire by himself. Just it's called solitaire, but it's just a sad man's game when you're playing. It's not on a computer and you're just playing with the cards. So, and I like Eddie's little like Hail Mary here, where they're playing for like pennies. They're playing like penny gin or something. I don't even know how to play gin, but Eddie's like, let's up the stakes since I'm moving out. Let's say I win, I get the TV. And if you win, you can keep the TV, And that's not great gambling, but I like the throw. I like you got to give it a shot, Steve.
It's about that time, anyways. Eddie, you're like 27, been in his house for way too long.
Yeah, I mean, he's a full grown man. And he does mention when Carl's like, oh, it's kind of sudden. He's like, well, he's going to be a cop. He's in like the academy, I guess.
Yeah, he's
And,
about to be.
It's about to be that time where he just needs to spread his wings, Steve. 21 though? I think they mentioned he's 21 at this
He's
time.
21.
Damn.
It's a grown ass 21.
We got out quick. We weren't Eddie's, Steve. We got out of the house quick. Eddie is growing roots there, so I respect it. So it looks like Carl's a little butthurt about this.
Max, she's doing Laura's hair, and she grills Laura about going to this polka fest. And he's like, "How do you know? Steve talked to you?" He's like, "Yeah, he will not stop harassing me about it. He says like he needs you to go. And by the way, you need to go." Laura's like, "Where's all this coming from?" Like, look, if you're going to date this dude, you need to enter his world. So that comes with the bug collecting, the cheese eating, the laugh snorting, hee hee. That's the whole package. You gotta buy into that.
You got to share interests. You can't just turn off whenever he starts talking about polka or his sex machines or his weird time machine. You got to pay attention. This is a relationship now. So respect there. But I don't know. She's in cosmetology school, Steve, and I the haircut she had was insane. So I don't know if I wouldn't want her doing my hair. Let's put it like that.
Laura with the green hair is pretty hot though. I smash.
I don't like the attitude, but the Laura, just like the
She's just a baddie.
the female, she's looking great. So all due respect, but I'm just saying trash attitude.
Yeah.
You go from a 9 to like a 3 because of the bullshit, Laura. So just listen to what your friend's telling you, and go to Polkapalooza because they're gonna have schnitzel or something. What do they eat at fucking Polka? They're gonna have some beers and shit, some brats.
We cut to Eddie's place and he's trying to spruce up the pad. He's painting and Carl just busts in. He's like, "Man, like I think I arrested somebody at this apartment."
Yeah, because Eddie was talking it up. He said it, so I guess Carl wants to come check it out. I got to ask Eddie, painting a rental? It's kind of seems like unnecessary. Just put up some pictures and shit, bro. You're going to get dock your security deposit. But Carl's like, where you said you had a view. It's a brick wall. And Eddie's like, yeah, but if you get out there and like lean out the window a little bit, I'm living next to a couple of the Bulls cheerleaders, and I do like Carl's still, he's still a dude. He's like, oh, that is a view.
Yeah.
That ass.
Like, Carl, don't get too comfortable.
I do want to point out something cool because I like this show, and I actually like Perfect Strangers, and the exterior that they use for Eddie's apartment is the same exterior that they use for Perfect Strangers, Steve. And these shows are in the same universe.
Yeah.
So
And
Balky might have lived there.
it's crazy that it spun off from Harriet's character, but like she's probably like fourth or third. Probably no,
She ain't
fifth.
even in this motherfucking episode, Steve.
Not
She couldn't
even here.
bother to show up.
The first Harriet's gone by now, anyways.
God, I'm tired.
And we come back to the Winslow house and 3J's there. He sees Urkel come out in his polka get up. He's like, "Dude, what's with the gear? I know you're not going out in public looking like that." And Urkel's like, "You're probably right." And then he goes to the closet and gets his hat to match.
Yeah, the little Pied Piper hat. He's in Chicago. I mean, dude, somebody's gonna do something to you. I don't know what, Steve, but you can't walk around anywhere looking like this.
3J said, "Man, you wearing those freaky drawers."
And also, Steve's like, yeah, I really wanted Laura to go, but she and 3J's like, won't go? Yeah, because she got dignity.
Yeah.
But Laura
Like,
does go, Steve. She agrees. She comes down looking like a beer maiden. She's got the titties all up, like she's going to a Renaissance fair. I don't know if they've ever had a bosomy black woman in one of these dresses, Steve. I don't know if they've ever had that, but
oh,
she's
they
pulling it
exist.
off.
Yeah. Look in the smallest towns of like wherever state. Like you'll find those kind of black chicks.
Okay.
But yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't sound great.
Yeah, yeah, that's a whole other conversation.
Whoa.
But Eddie and Greta, like he's trying to welcome her to his pad for the first time, and they make out in the hall. It's like, yeah, you about to see, girl, you about to find out tonight. And as they open the door, Carl's already there watching the fight on pay-per-view.
Dude, nobody's this idiotic, Steve. I don't give a fuck how cheesy Carl is. Nobody's doing this. And when your son who looks grown as fuck comes in with a hottie like that, he comes in, Eddie's like, yo, dad, what's up? And Carl's like, hey, I got a pay-per-view fight on your cable.
Yeah.
Fuck is this? I mean,
For that.
I know you're my dad, but god damn, like I just got a new place. So Yeah, Carl's third wheel in it. Instead of realizing what's going on, he cock blocks to the fullest extent. And basically he's like, "Hey, sit down. Like let's talk about the fight. Look
But
at this
Eddie, get us
guy."
some drinks first.
Yeah, "Hey Eddie, do something. Come over here, girl. Sit down. Have a pretzel."
Yeah.
Yeah, ultimate cock blocker, Carl. This is not cool. So party foul in a lot of ways.
And we cut to Polkapalooza. They showing Steve all the love. Like apparently he saved a guy's life. He gave Heimlich maneuver to a guy who was choking on a bratwurst. He even delivered this one chick's baby.
Started a polka outreach thing for kids in the hood.
The treetop
Um,
polka tykes.
yeah, which started because of just him wanting to get polka awareness out into Chicago from all of the love that he felt from polka. It's changed his life, Steve.
I am Steve Urkel. I am Steve Urkel. Like it reminded me of
Oh, das und Steve.
it
Steven. Oh, who is this very boasty woman? Oh,
it reminded
nice.
me of the end of Malcolm X, where they're like, I am Malcolm X. I am Malcolm X. I am Malcolm X.
That's it, Steve. He's legendary. Steve Urkel is basically God to these polka nerds. And Laura's like, "Damn, Steve, like, I didn't know you did all this." Like, every time somebody comes up, she's like, "Wait, you did what?" And he's like, "Yeah, I raised $8 billion for polka." It's just some crazy shit, Steve.
Bitch, you didn't know? I'm
Yeah,
him.
I've been here for 9 fucking seasons. They say something to the extent of, she's like, "I didn't know you did all this." And he's like, "Well, maybe it's for the 10 years that you just weren't talking to me."
Yeah, that
You
part.
know? Come on.
Stupid bitch.
Fucking Laura. Laura is trash.
Better recognize.
She is, dude. And I was saying this the whole time because my girlfriend was sitting there watching. My wife was sitting there watching it, and I was sitting there like, everything about this girl is just shitty until the end, Steve. Until we get to the end of this.
And they announced the King of Polka, and apparently Tony Danza is a part of this esteemed club. You know, he was last year's winner. So, of course, undisputed King of Polka for this year, Stephen Q. Urkel.
And this is the only time it's been undisputed, Steve. Unanimous.
Unanimous.
Every German in Chicago, every polka nerd, you know, I would assume this is like some sort of white supremacist shit walking by, but it ain't the case. Race has nothing to do with polka. It's all love.
All inclusive.
And Steve's, I mean, he's honored, of course. And what's even better, he says, this year I'm with the love of my life, Laura Winslow. Laura, you can see her like, "Oh, Steve." She's even feeling it a little bit. She's not being a wet blanket right now, you know?
I mean, they seeing all the love and the hype that he's getting in this community, and now she's getting the vapors, as Bismarcky would say. The
Yeah, dude.
vapors.
Yeah, it's about to be real sauerkrauty in here, Steve. It's gonna be yeah, yeah, a little bit of bratwurst. Who disappeared the bratwurst? Yeah. And then we cut back to Eddie's as this whole thing's going on. Carl's sitting in between the two lovers or wannabe lovers, and they're going behind his back like,
Dude, what the fuck?
the
I
girl's
don't
like,
know.
because here's the thing, Steve. Like, I would be like, "Dad, you gotta go," because this chick she wants to fuck, Steve. She wants Eddie naked in this. He's about to christen this place, and Carl's like, "Oh man, Garcia's really got a good left." Hey, what are you guys talking about behind my back? He doesn't see any of this. I don't get it.
So Greta leaves. She's fed up, like, man, I'm not getting any action. And then Eddie, he gets fed up. He's like, look, Dad, check this out. This is your cup from yesterday. This is your plate from earlier today. And Carl, he's still being naive about the shit. Like, man, like, what you trying to say?
Sounds
Like,
like
look,
you're
man,
it sounds like you're late on the dishes, kid. It's like,
yeah,
man, shut the fuck up, Dad. That's crazy too, Steve, because this guy's leaving dirty dishes around. If Eddie did this in the other house, in the real house, he's gonna be fucking something's going on here. Eddie's like, listen, Dad, it's not even that. And then he kind of like doesn't want to say anything. So he just is like, never mind, dude. I got fucking blue balls. And then Carl's like, well, young man, if you want to say something, you should just say something. Eddie goes into it, Steve. It's like, I got this place to be like on my own. You understand? And Carl, finally, the wheels start to actually like it's starting to connect, Steve.
Oh, I feel like a fool. Even worse, I feel like an old fool. It's like, man, look, don't feel like that. It's just I'm like a 28-year-old playing a 21-year-old. It's my time to get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, dude. I look at me. I'm almost as old as you. I need financial advice. I don't need you to cock block, okay? And so Carl's like, oh damn. And so you came here to be alone with her, huh? It's like, yeah, yeah. He's like, I was wondering what that smell was. It smelled like sex
Yeah.
to me.
What did Taraji say to Snoop and Baby Boy? Rodney, you got my place smelling like stale fish.
But and he's like, dude, let's watch the fight. We got this understanding. We're cool. And Carl's like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna go, man. I gotta go. But then he leaves and then he comes right back.
Man, you trying to watch that fight?
Yeah, main event shit. You know, I did pay $300. This is a $300 pay per view, so
My bitch already left, so shit. We got it on TV.
yeah. So you know, Eddie's gonna bump uglies with that chick though. Greta's going to come back to this place, and I gotta give Eddie credit. Great pad.
But unfortunately, we never see Greta ever again in this series.
Damn. Well, maybe she won't come back, Steve. But we do go back to Polkapalooza, and now it's kind of cleared out. Steve asked Laura to dance, and Laura, she even admits it. She's like, you know, I had to be dragged here, but this is the time of my life. This is one of the best nights of my life around all these weird German people.
After she says that, Steve says, Laura, I love you. And Laura, after 9 years of begging and pleading and holding the speaker box outside of her window, she says, I love you too. And they embrace.
Finally,
Yeah.
they just weirdly dance. Like there's not even a kiss or anything. She just kind of hugs him a little bit. So I don't even know if they're there all the way yet, Steve, but I'm blown away. Maybe you're cooler than I thought. And she admits that she loves him. And so we're here, Steve. I mean, we don't got a lot of episodes left in this show. So it took this long.
Yeah.
Gangsta Dog or whatever his name. Like we're past that even. What
Original Gangster Dog.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
We
they made it.
thought we'd
And
never see this.
do you think they had sex that night, Steve? Do you think he buried that bratwurst?
Not before they got married.
Oh, it's one of them's. They can do anal though, right?
Also in 1998, It Can't Hardly Wait premieres, a complete graduating class consisting of beautiful girls, geeks, and promising footballers assemble at a rich classmate's residence for a party. Directed by Deborah Kaplan and Harry Elfont, starring Ethan Embry, Charlie Korsmo, Lauren Ambrose, Seth Green, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Jason Segel, Jamie Presley, Tamala Jones, Sean Patrick Thomas, Donald Faison, Melissa Joan Hart.
Eric Balfour, Jerry O'Connell. This is like every person that they could possibly get put into this. I asked Kendra about this last night while we were watching it, where this stacks up in like the high school like coming of age movies of the 90s. Obviously, I feel like both of us are going to say, at least for me, American Pie is that one, because this is kind of the same type of thing, you know.
Around the same time, too.
This isn't as gnarly or as raunchy, but I dig this movie. It's a thing. It's a time and place. Is I don't think being 42 and watching it necessarily it's as important to me as it was, but it's funny to watch. It's funny to see all these like stereotypical like groups of high schoolers that they found.
It's got all the
And
tropes.
yeah, it's got them all. There's a few things in it that I forgot about. One, the nerd scheme that they're going to do, which is to chloroform the guy, the Mike Dexter dude, because he's been picking on him, and then strip him naked and take like lascivious Polaroids. It doesn't necessarily go that way, but I gotta say, that's weird. I love seeing the guy from American Pie, the redheaded dude that was also in Angus, just stealing shit the whole time.
Steals the gumball machine at the
Yeah.
end.
He just steals everything. He steals grill stuff at the gas station when Seth Green's there with his homeboys. And the other thing I forgot about was Seth Green's homeboys dropping a hard N bomb near the end of this movie, which I thought was not
Yeah.
great. And I just love that that guy probably died because I think he gets stomped out by 4 black dudes that he said it to. So I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
He thought shit was sweet. Charlie Korsmo, who plays the head nerd, the main nerd in this movie, he was actually in Hook. He was one of the children in Hook, man.
Oh shit, yeah, he was Robin Williams' like oldest son. He's the one that Hook like tries to like turn basically. Yeah, hell yeah. I knew him from some. His face is very familiar, and his character arc is very entertaining. He lip syncs Guns N' Roses, gets an opportunity to lose his virginity in a 3-way with 2 chicks, which I gotta just give a shout out to. That's fucking fantastic.
Jamie Presley. All the women in here are hot as fuck. I've always had a crush on Jamie Presley, especially Tamala Jones.
They had to film like this party, right? Most of this movie is a party. So they'll go through it and you'll see people in the background that, even Jamie Presley, I feel like looks 30 years old in this. She's not a high school age chick. She's looking fine as fuck.
Always. Still to
Always.
this day.
But there is a guy, Steve, that looks like William Refrigerator Perry at this party. There's a black dude that looks like a straight up cop just hanging out. That's just, they're not calling out. He's not old Fred or anything.
He's got a full goatee.
They couldn't hide. They needed people to fill this up, and there's just a couple of adults flying around where it's like you needed to blur them out a little bit more. This is crazy.
Motherfucker had his driver's license in middle school, and this is the film debut of Jason Segel.
Yep, and also Jason Segel shares a scene with a Frasier character named Kirby, who was one of Frasier's girlfriend's sons with the curly hair. He's one of the potheads.
Yeah.
Jenna Elfman's in this. I don't know if you
Jenna
mentioned
Elfman.
her.
I did not.
Dharma,
Yeah.
looking hot. I think she plays a stripper or dancer.
A
is what she
dancer.
calls herself. Yeah, Ethan Embry, very fun, just like nerd. He's just like a cheesy character. His style is cheesy. He looks like he's got like the style of Dennis the Menace for a little bit.
Just obsessed. I was never thirsting that hard over anybody from Perrysburg.
Yeah, I never had this experience where you're like holding a letter that you've written over and over, just been like this one chick. I mean, I get it, but it's just like he is psychotic. And I feel like the reaction that you would get in real life if you like approach somebody with this letter and like explanation, it wouldn't be this beautiful. Maybe you'd catch him on a good day, but yeah, I mean, what's his name in this? I forget. Preston Myers. Very white. Hangs out with one of the most fugly chick. I mean, that redhead chick is just, I don't get it, Steve.
It's like, pretty frumpy.
Certain girlfriend that I had when we were living in the dorms at the beginning looks very similar. She's a stereotype. The girl who, like, the person who's just over it, who's better, I'm just better than this.
Molly Ringwald 2.0. She plays that role, like the friend that's like she's your female homie that wants to be more, but like no, like we're just friends. I'm actually looking at the way hotter chick.
Yeah,
but you're cool though.
Yeah, great. Let's smoke a cigarette. Let's talk about how much people suck, but that's it. That's where this stops.
Don't make my pee-pee jump.
Seth Green in this plays something that I'm glad I never met somebody like this. And the fact that this guy's walking around with looking the way he does, talking the way he does, with a backpack full of just not even like sexual like toys, just sexual stuff. Condoms, candles, Kama Sutra manuals. If somebody looked in that was a girl, she's gonna dry up like the Sahara. Possibly call the cops, Steve. I don't know.
If you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail.
Well, he's not even doing it because when he's his practice is him in a bathroom right before he thinks he's about to have sex, just trying some stuff out to air. He's
Yeah,
air fucking in a bathroom, Steve. Not even at my most naive was I doing shit like this.
you didn't practice your thrust in the mirror.
I mean, I did a fucking JD Vance, Steve. I had pillows and couches to try that shit out on. I didn't need to go in and like be like trying to like look at the manual. I didn't even have a manual, Steve. I was just going in, just looking at porno a little bit and being like, I think this is what they were doing.
I
But
think
this
this
is
is
on
how
a
this
whole nother
works.
level, Steve. He's got the twists. He has
Practice.
to respect the flavor. I mean, I don't even know what he's going for because it's not even like the professional, like, oh, I went to the Caribbean and they like twisted up my hair and braided it up. It's just, he had some rubber bands lying around. Fuck it. It's a poor
Uh,
man's dreadlock.
his character's a chud, but I will say Seth Green was crushing it around this time, man. He was doing the Austin Powers, and there was this. I'm sure
He
I'm
was
missing
not
some
in
other stuff.
Scream.
Idle Hands. I'm thinking of that.
Face. Yeah, hell yeah. That he was great in that too. This was
Yeah,
when I was liking Seth Green, but this has always been like a cringe character where I was like, this almost just ruins the movie for me. And it
he
is
is pretty
cool he
cringe.
gets called out like by the redhead chick and they bang and stuff. But yeah, I mean, even that, I do like the storyline between them where it's like, yeah, we used to hang out when we were in elementary school, and then you just got too cool for me. They have like that little fight. It's very cheesy, this movie, but I don't know. It's hard to explain. I think some people, if you watch this, you're gonna be like, this is just too much. This is too on the nose. But at
Yeah.
this time, like, I don't know, I enjoyed it.
It fit the late 90s, and I mean, we were in high school when this came out, so, some of it was relatable in a way. Also in 1998, Dirty Work premieres. A loser finds success in the revenge for hire business. Directed by Bob Saget, starring Norm MacDonald, Jack Warden, Artie Lang, Traylor Howard, Don Rickles, Christopher McDonald, and Chevy Chase.
I mean, I feel like this is one great movie, great concept. Norm made a name for Artie Lang that lasted
Yeah.
forever. I don't think Artie Lang would have been nothing without this movie, to be honest with you. He's a funny guy, but this
It's
movie
hilarious.
made me love him. Great cameo from Chris Farley, a great, insane cameo from him about with the Saigon horror bit. G7! If you like pina
He just hit
colada.
G8.
So many quotable lines. I mean, we don't have to go point for point, but like I've never seen so many dead hookers in my life. Like that whole bit. It's
Lord
so
knows I have. Hey, there goes an alien. I think we should go have sex with it. Yeah.
Saigon horror bit my nose off. But yeah, I always wanted this business to exist, Steve. This is a great idea. And I think of this is Norm MacDonald's best movie. He had a movie called
Screwed with Dave
Screwed.
Chappelle, with
Yes.
Danny
And Danny
DeVito.
DeVito.
That
Looking
shit was hilarious, but it's
Yes.
not fucking with Dirty Work.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's a little bit weirder too. It's just kind of like scary. Like Danny DeVito freaked me out in it. But yeah, man, like so many great people in this. It's directed by freaking Bob Saget, which is cool as fuck. So many people that you don't need, like Jim Downey's in it, who's like a legendary behind the scenes guy. Like you said, I can see how he picked you can see that in the movie almost. Like he picked the people before he wrote the movie, which is hilarious also. That's
And they're perfect for it. So it all makes sense, man. Like Jack Warden, and we said this before, he is great at that curmudgeon old man. Is like, come here, you little punk, I'll beat your ass. Like that's him in this movie. Christopher McDonald, he plays the perfect heel in a comedy. Word to Happy Gilmore, man. Shooter
yeah,
McGavin. Like,
hell yeah.
that the snobby asshole. Chevy Chase plays the aloof, like I don't know what's going on. By the way, like I'm a gambler. I could change your dad's heart, but like, could you pay me 50,000? He plays that role well, man. Like Don Rickles, of course, the insult legend, man. Like everybody just play their part to a T. Even Gary Coleman for his like 2 seconds, he's playing like I don't even know. Like he's like in the car with Norm
He's
Macdonald.
himself, I think. I
He's
think
just himself.
he's Gary Coleman. I forgot fucking John Goodman's in this movie.
I did too. I forgot that. Yeah.
He's uncredited, so I mean, if you look in the credit, I guess you won't see him. But I see him. He's the mayor. They had both the Farleys in it too, which I love.
Kevin and Chris.
Who the fuck is Ken Norton?
Ken Norton was the boxer in that dream sequel, like when the cops were fucked up, and he's like, "Dude, what are they looking at?" And it's like them looking at a fight with Gary Coleman and this big black dude. That's
Yeah, okay.
that's Ken Norton Jr.'s dad, the famous football player for the 49ers and the Cowboys back in the day. Ken
Oh,
Norton Jr.
dang. Okay.
Yeah,
In terms of like when this came out, didn't come out to like a lot of anything. Like I feel like this went underappreciated when it came out, and it probably got a lot more appreciated like on at home when you were watching it.
it did.
I'm sure the reviews were awful.
They were.
I'm seeing here that they were going to release a cut of this movie because they had to like cut a bunch of shit out of it.
Yeah.
And I think because Norm died, Bob Saget wanted to like give the cut that I guess that Norm would have wanted. And then unfortunately Bob Saget died. It was pretty recently, but I think they were trying to work on it, just never got released.
Yeah, they wanted a sequel. Like Norm was starting to write it too.
I don't know. I mean, again, that's the unfortunately like for a lot of the people, like Chris Farley too, just like, damn, more of this. We could have used that, especially now when nothing is like original. This was completely original and completely different in terms of like the comedy than like the Jim Carrey shit we were getting at this time. Like any of the real, like the stuff that was mainstream, this was different. It wasn't just like a comedy, a generic one.
In 98, it seemed like it was a weird year for comedies because there were movies great like Dirty Work, but they didn't get the love that they should have when they were first released. Like it became a cult classic afterwards, after it ran through the theaters. Same thing with Big Lebowski in 98. People didn't appreciate it. Same thing with Half Baked. People didn't appreciate it. It got shitty reviews, and it wasn't until it came to video, it's like, oh my God, these movies are classics.
Yeah. This is like something that should have been making millions of dollars. And I really don't understand why. I mean, when I first saw it, it wasn't my favorite movie. It wasn't one of those movies where I was like, I gotta fucking get on the mountain, like I told people that I liked about it, but it was like, I don't know. For me, I'm not even sure why it wasn't a bigger movie for me too, because watching it again, like, it's hilarious, and I think probably now you appreciate it even more because of what we're saying, where you don't get a lot of these like good raunchy comedies like we used to,
Yeah.
and like we need something like this, and it stands the test of time, dude.
I think he has his thumb up that dog's butt.
Oh my god, another dead hooker. Fucking isn't
David
David
Koechner.
Koechner? Yeah, I was gonna say he's the guy.
Dude, it's got so many like legend. Like I don't know if David Koechner is like a legend, but like
He's a
he's a
legend,
great
dude.
person to add to a comedy.
He's done it all too. He's did SNL. Not
Yeah.
as he's like not a huge castmate. Did stuff like this. Did The Office, the U.S. Office. He was like a funny like character. He's a guy you pull into a movie or a show, and he nails it, and then gets the fuck out of there.
Like Talladega Nights. Like
Yeah.
he's great at being a part of an ensemble cast.
Anchorman. He did this weird show on Comedy Central called Naked Trucker and T-Bone that was funny. I think it was kind of like a sketch show mixed just with like some sort of live performance stuff, but it was pretty funny too. He's just like an improv guy. He's one of those dudes that he's a mercenary and he's very good at doing improv. So it pays off.
Yeah, man. RIP to a lot of those legends that are no longer with us. But any callbacks, honorable mentions?
Well, Steve, we did a quiz we've been doing the quizzes, but I want to take it back to my quiz, Steve, my quiz, because the last time you did this didn't go too well.
Man, that fucking he squirrel tails. Fuck that motherfucker.
Yeah, I agree. I've made a complaint to 90s, the best time, 100 questions, loving the 90s quiz. No response yet, but I've alerted them to our complaint. But I got two more questions here, Steve. And I pulled this out. We're going to go with it. and I want you to succeed. I'm going in with positivity, but this is going to be a tough card.
Fuck.
Okay. So here we go. You gotta just start off. I'm gonna mix it up. Which Spanish song, sung by Los Del Rio, spawned a dance craze, Steven? This is a dance. This is something. This is huge.
Macarena. I no.
That's
All
it.
right.
Nice. Hell yeah, Steve. Now this is where you're gonna, because this involves. I'm just gonna give you a little hint. English white people, and it's not something we would have watched. Okay. But I'm even going to say it in a British accent for you. Which romantic comedy starred Hugh Grant and Andy McDowell?
Fuck.
And it involves numbers.
Fuck.
And I'm going to give you a second hint, Steve, to help you. It involves the word funeral.
4 weddings and a funeral.
You did it, Steve.
Gave you alley-oop. We'll take it.
He's the man, Steve G. That guy.
What were you thinking?
What the hell were you thinking? Oh, bloody good. I just was hoping to get my Roger targeted and tugged and shoot a little goo. You know, Jay? But congratulations, Steve. We're going to go back to the quizzes that you got because it's pissing me off. I'm actually getting more. I'm doing research in anticipation of these quizzes now just to make sure I got names in my head that we need to pull out of thin air. So,
yeah.
I'd like to just give it up to the champ, though. 2 for 2. And I will say, though, this is a team effort. This is a team effort for this show. I got to help you out when we got a question where Hugh Grant isn't mentioned in it because it's tough. I get it. But you got the Macarena thing, Steve. I'm going to be honest with you. Los Del Rio, I didn't know the name of the Macarena guy. I was thinking Lou Bega, to be honest with you. A little bit of something in my life. But, how about you, Steve?
Really, man, I just want to say that Dirty Work is one of the funniest movies ever made. Like, still to this day, if it can make me laugh, and I've seen this movie several times, I kind of want to watch it again because it's that funny. Like, when you stack that much talent into one film, man, you're going to expect nothing but greatness. And also in 1998, we didn't really go into depth about this, but it was the final episode of Geraldo. And I just remember the Al Capone vault episode that, like, it just, what a waste of time, man. But yeah, also I didn't go in depth. I don't even know why I'm bringing it up because fuck Geraldo and his big fucking Ron Goldman senior mustache, fucking cocksucker. Fox
They
News.
do look
fucking,
related.
Yeah. Fucking Wilford Brimley, whisker having son of a bitch. But please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and tell your sister, you know I want, girl. Ow. Check out Crushgasm every Wednesday with Kendra, our guy Clark the Shark on Podcastle, and Ronzilla, Wrestling with Ronzilla on TikTok. This is Steve G and Matt G with
Happened in the 90s.
Matt was the fat kid, Steve was the black kid. Life wasn't always great, but you know what was? The 90s. Happened in the 90s. Yeah!
Shut up, bitch!
Ground shaking ass.